If you are the B-side player and the main AWP on the same time, you totally missed out the new meta of AWPing on Ancient. If you think the A-side is the right position for main AWP, I need to disappoint you too. It's just not enough impact to stay all the time on one spot in every match. In the end you have a rotating AWP who's enforcing the spots. B-side cave, mid donut and A-side. Every round dynamically. Luckily you found the Dojo AWP guide to update yourself for 2025 and the upcoming month. And now it's just the top spawn play for cave, you're faster than a T and you can kill them by crossing. If you have the first and the second spawn, you are faster than the incoming Ts. I want to make things easier for you. This is the opening, and as AWP you need to think further than that play. If your opponent's throwing brown molly, just use the smoke to extinguish. A solid next step would be to just fall back to the deep cave entrance. From this position you can hold in a cave. Next to it you can play all around the pillar area, left to right and peek ramp. And remember, visualize the next step, for example killing the cave guy, holding the ramp, and go to the next position. Here, deep CT entrance. These are the two top spawns you can use for an A main peek. This is the most aggressive top spawn player as AWPer. Punish the Ts holding you. Lower the risk by combining it with a Molotov on the right side. Ts running by will be closely, watch out. Together with a teammate you can take easily for your team A main control. If the Ts have taken mid in the meantime, you can hold the donut cross from Brokey. If you still have mid, it's of course better to hold the mid cross from donut for more map control. Of course I will show you a solid mid top spawn play too. This is a really cocky one, so I would highly recommend to throw a flashbang, grab your AWP before you jump, and then go for a kill. I only recommend to play this with the teammate who is able to block the middle with a good nade set. The donk nade set you can find on my channel. Remember the second step, and the Molotov is often the counter, so you need to fall back to get to another area, for example the donut. Another possibility would be to extinguish the smoke and play around the smoke to get a surprise effect. So always be aware of the possibilities and your escape plan too. If you have these three spawns, you are able to do an aggressive B-ramp outplay. I prefer to play with this right-click flash, like this. Turn away if they flash, and I will just aim and hold the cross. Step 2 would be just contacting forward. You want to catch some Ts off guard. Watch out, they can peek you of course all the time, and you want to catch them off guard like this. As AWP you can have a lot of impact if you use your top spawns, but now I will show you solid positions independent from your spawns. I will begin with B. Just hold from B long. It's easy. If they boost, you can kill them. If they run through, you can kill them too. It's a tricky position to hold on the second. It's a good angle for cave because you can isolate cave and peek ramp, but if you miss one, it's a one and done position, especially when they run and rush a ramp, and only missing opponents will save your life and good movement. TP short is a controversial AWP angle. You are able to frag contacting Ts, but you can easily be outplayed. Look at this. When I'm contacting to be short, you can see there's a crouching T, so I'm not able to see them coming into the corner. Worst case scenario, he will just cross by and kill me from long. So instead of holding the deep angle, just hold close and have full control. You are 100% safe from cave if you have a teammate defending it, right? We've already talking about the pillar cave angle, so use it. On low elo you can just hold mid from red. They will run out and die. Priority of time, red will be smoked like this. So you can predict the shot, and I would recommend to throw a nade like this. Left right click, and go for another peek, realizing the second step. If nobody comes from middle, you're free to rotate to A or B, depending on the information of the activity of the opponents. Remember, it's your job to enforce the endangered positions. Another possibility to hold mid is starting donut. The ending here is solid, but it's a pre-fire spot. Pre-fire example. Not easy but possible. Play this angle instead, to avoid getting deleted by perfect pre-fire. In addition, be aware of the shadows. The shadow will reveal the positions of the opponent. Feel free to experiment with the right angle as well. And again, the second step, have an escape plan. When it comes to the A spot, temple angle should be the most iconic one. It's simple and effective, because you are really hard to hit. If he's just contacting, they're basically dead before they can see him. Running targets are harder to hit, but you are able to fall back to get another attempt. B-fires will be your death, so watch always out. A spot AWP angles fast explained. You only get one. Legendary Brokey spot, hold A main, and do not on the same time, while you're able to escape. Good self-boost angle, try it. Good angle with repeat potential. Basic CT angle you should use. You can try, but it will be hard. Control A and middle on the same time. As AWPer, you don't know your role if you think you don't need to support your team with utility. For example, the elbow smoke. The instant elbow smokes are the most important ones, so I will show them really quick. All smokes are thrown while sneaking and with jump throw. First spawn. Second spawn. Third one. Fourth. Last one and easiest one. Your teammates on B will appreciate if you are able to smoke double doors too. This is your solid lineup from spawn. If you're starting B early, higher your impact with solid ramp molotovs block potential rushes. A molotov with more consistency. Same effect, different lineup. And for the cave approach, essential lane block util. For the beginners, just use this nade to punish the T-top spawn. Throw this nade on 1 minute 47 for exact timing. As AWP, you need to work with flashbangs as well. Check out my ancient B flashbang guide to get inspired. And here are middle support flashes in high speed. Little things in CS can make a difference, for example this common B long boost. Check out the sneaky peeky boost on first corner for another surprise entry. This copy boost is uncommon and can cause a huge upset, and you are able to look out of smokes. It should be common sense, but as AWPer you sometimes won't have enough money to afford your one-shot kill weapon. So buy a rifle or SMG supporting mid, especially when the Ts are heavily contested in this area. Same rule for cave, if you want to contest lane and crush fast incoming Ts by playing the tag team. Remember the lane util. 3B setup is the easiest to establish, especially if you read a B rush incoming. An A rush is already easier to block if you are predicting it with a duo setup. My advice for main AWPers as CS coach is, if you have low money, play more rifle or SMGs instead of scout. Angles like self boost for a main can win you rounds. You will get early info and multi-frag potential. This is my fundamental CT AWPing guide for Ancient. If you want to discuss something, feel free to contact me in the comment section or via my socials. See you next time.